Hi everybody, this is Piero Giorgio, author of Survive the Economic Collapse. I'm here in Geneva, as you might tell, on the lake. It's very warm. We are on the 23rd of December 2015, and I wanted to tell you how much I'm grateful for all of you that have read, for the thousands of people that have read my books in English, and I hope to see and do more for you in 2016. Perhaps another of my books translated in English, most probably, and more information and more sharing information with you all. Yesterday was Yule, a very important deep European holiday. In the next few days is Christmas, a variation of that. And certainly with the calendar year 2016 happening, I wanted to make a very short assessment of and wishes for you and all of us for that new year. First of all, as you've read my books or you're curious about these topics, certainly we're not prophets, we don't predict the future, but certainly we can see from the trends where we're going. And you know, I'm certainly not the best one, nor the first one, nor the only one that can do these trends. I mean, look at Gerald Celente and his trend forecasting for over, 20 years of excellent trend forecast, actually 30 years, and many others. Peter Schiff, which I've had the chance to interview recently, and others are really very good sources of information, alternative information from the usual mainstream media, who are owned by big corporations that are managing politics for themselves and not about telling you facts nor truth. So therefore, we need to do a lot of efforts ourselves to find out the trends and project these trends in the future to enable us to understand where we're going, to understand what may happen, and therefore how we can better prepare ourselves. This is our duty as fathers, mothers, neighbors, but also citizens, to prepare ourselves to be as reliant, resilient, and free as we can possibly be, because that is our duty as people, our duty as and we owe this to our families, to our other citizens, and certainly to our people in terms of the group of people who are like us, who live close to the land where we are. And this is very important. These are very important things. We need to rediscover how we are a people, and because in numbers we have strength, and we have self-defense, and we have ability to better prepare and better be autonomous, and therefore be free and regain, especially for those of you who listen, who read my books in America, to regain these fantastic things that your founding fathers of your nation wrote in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which is really extremely well done, to be free people in pursuit of happiness. This has been forgotten by many, but not by all. And it's very important that we voice, all of us, you in America, us in Europe, me in Switzerland, that we voice our discontent with how things are being run, how chaos is starting across all over the world, how we should not mess about other people and other countries, that we should care of our own and ourselves, to be as resilient and as independent and as autonomous as we can, and that means being free. And no apologizes to anyone about stuff that happens in the past. We are responsible for our actions now, and this is what we need to do. So, of course, in 2016 we will see the continuation of all the things that were predictable in 2015. Proxy wars against Russia in Ukraine, the continuation of the imperial wars in the Middle East and Africa. Today there are wars in Libya, in Mali, in the Central African Republic, in Sudan, in all these areas in Africa, in Nigeria. And there is this Islamic extremists that are funded by the governments we pay taxes to, that are armed by them. Same in Syria, these ISIS guys, they are funded by the usual suspects. And this theater that costs the lives of thousands, of tens or hundreds of thousands of people, and that causes massive migration of people, part of which are crazy extremists, is going to impact us more and more. And you will see more terrorist attacks in 2016 in America, in Europe, all over Europe, France, Germany, England. I'm certain of that. It just has to be. It's the trend. And we need to prepare as citizens, because we cannot rely to the state. In many ways, the state is our enemy, in the sense that they hate us. They hate us for who we are. Men, free, European or American. They hate us for that. They want us to be slaves. Remember that. The governments are not our friends. They are not representing us anymore. They are our enemies. So we need to prepare for their inevitable collapse, because this is the good news in a way, that they are unable to continue with the kind of policies that they have today. They are bankrupt, they are financially broken, they don't have military strength, or very little anymore. Well, some exception to the US, of course, but even that strength is declining very, very fast. And the motivation of the soldiers is not with them anymore. They are with us. They are with the people. They are not just following orders anymore. They are having doubts. So this system that we live in is collapsing. This civilization we live in is collapsing. What is it going to be replaced by? Well, it's up to us. And it's not only important to prepare, as I write in my books, but certainly as many others, preppers and survivalists and all these people are doing, preparing for autonomy, for resilience, for survival in difficult times, for sure. But also it's time to voice, to be sources of information and to share reliable and good sources of information, to voice our discontent, to say no, if only for our dignity, if only to be able to one day tell our grandchildren that we were the ones who said no. We said no to this chaos, we said no to this collapse. But even if it happens, at least we would have our dignity and an honor to say we didn't want that, and we said it, and we did something. Of course, the most important is to prepare. But if we want to look ourselves in the mirror in the next few years, for the rest of our lives, maybe it is the time to voice and to say no. Next year, 2016, is going to be an election year in many countries, especially in the US. It is time to voice, to let them hear the voices of the people, of the real people, not the lobbies, not the big corporations, just normal people, decent, who want the best for the children and the future. We owe them that. So this is what I wish for you in 2016, is to take care of yourselves and your family, of course, to have all the best, but more importantly is to act. Act for your preparation and act to tell that no, that we are not part of this chaos, we're not part of this collapse. We will have to cope with it maybe, but we don't want it, and it's important. With that, I wish you again the best for the holidays, for Yule the other day, for Christmas in the next 2 days, but for sure for 2016 that it be the best for you and your families. Take care. Ciao. And prepare yourselves.